Well, Bungie unveiled their next multi-year saga recently, which starts in a few months' time with a brand new expansion called The Edge of Fate. The Nine are taking centre stage, and Bungie are experimenting with a new content model, so there's loads of changes coming, and today we're going to cover everything that we know so far about the new Fate Saga, the upcoming Year of Prophecy, Edge of Fate and Renegades in Destiny 2. Well, if you enjoyed the video, then hit that subscribe button down below for even more Destiny 2 content. Well, first of all, Bungie have laid out the next 12 months in detail with this roadmap, and Bungie are moving on from one expansion per year with 4 seasons to 2 expansions per year, and these new expansions are going to be smaller in size compared to the Final Shape or Lightfall, and they're going to be more comparable to something like Rise of Iron that we saw in Destiny 1. The Year of Prophecy will be the first year of this new multi-year saga, following the Light and Darkness saga from the last 10 years. The next 12 months have got 2 expansions, so first of all the Edge of Fate, and then we've got Renegades. Within those expansions we're getting a major update, so for example, the Edge of Fate we're going to see a major update called Ash and Iron about halfway through, and then Renegades will see a major update called Shadow and Order, also about halfway through that expansion. Each major update is going to bring new activities, new weapons, an exotic mission, exotic weapons, and also more stuff too. Well, the Edge of Fate launches on the 15th of July 2025, then we've got Ash and Iron arriving on the 9th of September 2025, then we've got Renegades starting on the 2nd of December, and then we've got Shadow and Order coming on the 3rd of March 2026. So this appears quite similar to the 4 seasonal structure that we've seen for the past few years. A big change though is the new seasonal activities in the major updates are going to be free for all players, so the expansions and the associated campaigns are going to be paid for, but the other content will be free. So basically we used to pay for an expansion and then pay for the subsequent season passes, but now all of that seasonal activity is going to be free and the only paid content are going to be the expansions. Well, let's have a closer look at the Edge of Fate and what we know so far. So the first expansion in the new content model is going to be called the Edge of Fate. We've got a new destination called Kepler and a new raid, new abilities, plus also Bungie are experimenting with Metroidvania style gameplay. This kicks off the Year of Prophecy as we meet new characters and also get to know the Nine. Previously, signs had been pointing to leaving the solar system, however, it looks like we're actually staying. That is a shame because I was hoping to drive the Dreadnought out of the solar system, but we do get a new destination, so that is pretty good. The Nine have been featured in Destiny 2 since the beginning, with Xur showing up in Destiny 1 and Destiny 2, selling us his wares and saying his will is not his own, also under the influence of the Nine. We got the Prophecy Dungeon, plus Dares of Eternity, and each member of the Nine are associated with the planet in the solar system, and they've all got their own individual personalities. The new destination in the Edge of Fate ramps up the puzzle solving mechanics. This one is inspired by past destinations like the Dreadnought and dungeons, so we should expect plenty of mystery and also exploration too. Bungie are leaning into the Metroidvania style gameplay, and they're going to be experimenting with more new mechanics as well, so I would expect this to be different from what we've seen before, but still with that distinct Destiny feel. Kepler is full of dark energy, and this allows our Guardians to develop new abilities including the Matter Spark, which seems similar to Samus Aran of Metroid, rolling up into a ball of electricity allowing us to get to new locations and zap enemies as we go. We've got the Relocator Cannon, which uses dark matter to teleport across the environment, and also got the Mattermorph, and that allows Guardians to manipulate the environment with Strand and dark matter too. Well, next up, let's have a look at the Portal. So with the introduction of Edge of Fate, Bungie are introducing a whole raft of changes into the game. And the first of that is the Portal, and that aims to get Guardians into the action quicker by presenting an easy to understand menu of activities. Veterans are used to navigating the world and mapping the quest log, however it can be confusing for new players, so one goal here is to smooth out the onboarding for those new players and get players into the action quickly. Players are going to be able to easily choose between Fireteam Ops, Pinnacle Ops, Crucible Ops, and the newly introduced Solo Ops. So Fireteam Ops and Pinnacle Ops reinforce the quick fireteam action and the longer form cooperative content, and we've got Solo Ops as well, and they are specifically designed for solo players who want a short, quick quick 10-minute adventure, in and out without the need for a fire team. And then players can tailor activities to match their desired gameplay and also the specific rewards they are chasing. So 50 all new modifiers are going to allow deeper gameplay customization and offer greater challenges for players, while curated activity rotations will ensure there's always something new to chase. Next up we got Armor 3.0 and the tiering system. So Armor is getting the biggest update since Lightfall with Armor 3.0. This includes simpler attributes, set bonuses and full energy armor from the start, and this aims to create richer opportunities for build crafting for all players. So stats now go up to 200, plus effects have been reworked to be stronger, set bonuses will come into play finally, that is a feature we've been requesting for years, and builds have been muted since the last major armor update. Hopefully this is going to spice things up and make builds really good once again. Bungie are also introducing a tier system for weapons and armor. Both have 5 tiers and allow for more perks, better stats and bonus mechanics, and to earn higher tier weapons and armor, that means venturing into higher tier and challenging activities. Bungie have also added a shooting range into the tower, meaning we've got somewhere to practice with weapons and armor, so we lost our previous shooting range in the Leviathan with Beyond Light, but this one looks better than ever. So the next expansion following the Edge of Fate is going to be Renegades, and this is a Star Wars inspired story. It's going to arrive on the 2nd of December 2025, and Bungie games have always been inspired by Star Wars, but this is taking the partnership to the next level. This isn't going to be Destiny arriving in the Star Wars universe, this is going to be a Star Wars inspired story. So I'm really hoping this means an underground criminal network story, perhaps including Dredgen Yor and Shin Malphur. So Dredgen Yor was a Titan and the creator of the exotic hand cannon Thorn, which he created using his old hand cannon Rose. And you remember that from the early Destiny 2 if you played the vanilla campaign. Then Shin Malphur was the last known carrier of the last word and the killer of Dredgen Yor, also known by Dredgen Vale, an identity he used to found the Shadows of Yor. So really brief little bit of history there, and yes, I would love to get into the story of the Dredgens. I think that would be really, really good. So on this one, we had a brief cinematic trailer, and that shared the sounds and locations that's similar to Star Wars. So the Destiny community then exploded in anger afterwards, which does seem a little bit odd to me. But, you know, let's wait and see what happens. I think if it's done right, it could be very, very good. Bungie are definitely keeping their cards close to their chest here, but if it is a story about the Dredgens, this could be absolutely huge and very, very exciting. Well, that is pretty much it. You know, Bungie have laid out the next year of content in some detail, and we've got that roadmap for the future too. Overall, we do have less content per year. For example, only 1 raid and 1 dungeon in the next 12 months. 2 expansions the size of Rise of Iron sounds ambitious. However, I do want to give Bungie the benefit of the doubt and see what the game is like under new management. The Armor 3.0 system appears to be a soft sunsetting of armor, which is a good excuse to clear out my vault of old armor. You know, I do like to engage with the armor system to create builds, and you can find many of them on the channel, so I'm looking forward to creating new builds with the new system. One of the criticisms of Bungie with the final shape is what would happen after. They experimented with episodes, wrapped up some loose ends, and now we get to start a brand new multi-year saga with the 9 as the story focus. So it's definitely going to be interesting for Bungie, with Marathon releasing in September, plus running 2 live service games in parallel. That sounds pretty tough to me, so I do want them to succeed, and I will be jumping into the Edge of Fate in July, and also the other expansions that follow, and I'll be pumping out loads of Destiny 2 content here on the channel. I'm interested to hear what you think about the Year of Prophecy with the Edge of Fate and Renegades, so let me know in the comments what you think. Would really always appreciate your input, but that is it for this video today, and thank you so much for watching or listening. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below for even more Destiny 2 content here on Endgame Express. Thanks again, I'll see you in the next video. Well, thank you for watching that video, and today I'd like to talk about Endgame Express Backstage, the home of exclusive content for fans of Endgame Express. To join, simply join up through Patreon or the YouTube membership. You get early access and exclusive content, shout-outs in the videos, access to live streams, plus also access to our exclusive Endgame Express Backstage community Discord. Well, here's some more information about the tiers. So in Tier 1, that is $2.99 a month, you get access to our community Discord and also early access to content. In Tier 2, that is $4.99 and you get shoutouts in the credits of videos, and also you get access to community polls and help shape the content. For Tier 3, that is $8.99 and you'll get access to exclusive community videos and also get access to exclusive live streams as well. Well, the core content on Endgame Express is always going to be free, but if you want to go above and beyond and support Endgame Express, then all you need to do is get access to Endgame Express Backstage today through Patreon or YouTube membership. You know, Endgame Express is a one-man band right now, but I would love to expand into more games, podcasts, more channels, but to do that, I'm going to need your help to make this sustainable, and in return, I offer you some exclusive benefits and backstage-only content. Well, if you enjoy Endgame Express, then consider Endgame Express Backstage today. You can hit that membership button right down below, or you can find us on the Patreon links, and you'll find those links in the description. Well, thank you for listening, and thank you once again for watching, and I'll see you very soon.